All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well, and I am happy to be back, man.
Yes, yes. We're glad to have you back. I
Good
mean,
morning, everybody.
your spot in the mid morning has definitely been empty without you there. So that I'm sure everybody's glad to have you back. So welcome back.
Thank you. How are you doing this morning?
Doing good, doing good. Had an amazing weekend. Glad to be back to trading here and see what this week and this day has for us. Definitely an interesting week last week with the SPY and the markets, hitting all time high here. So again, just a lot of fun stuff going on. A lot of movers last week. I think we had 1 or 2 days that the watch list was not great. But
Yeah.
one of them actually that was we saw that was not great turned out to be pretty good. So let's see what happens today for this Monday. I know you're just getting back to the swing of things. Have you seen anything exciting happening today with the news or anything we should be looking out for market wise?
There is very, very little. It is a typical summer Monday. There's very little to no economic data. There's no earnings this morning. I excuse me, my voice.
Yep.
I think we're probably just going to be seeing what we do at this all-time high level here on a technical basis. But fundamentally, there's very little news or catalyst going on today, at least. Now,
Yeah.
Micron reports tomorrow, and there's a couple of other companies later in the week. But today, we'll see. Last Monday, we kind of thought the same thing, and it ended up being a little better than we anticipated. So.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. Micro will be interesting tomorrow for sure. One of the ones we trade quite often. So looking forward to what happens there. All right, guys. So let's get into it. We have a few on here on our gappers list, all gapping down. A lot of red on the screen. SPY is pretty much flat, so not really up or down. So I guess we had a pop here. This was Thursday. Yeah, this was Thursday. We sold off Friday, and then today we just kind of opening pretty flat. Again, from here it can go either way. It can come back up to test these highs again. It can drop down and consolidate, or just stay flat. So we'll see. We'll see what the market's how the market's doing. You could definitely tell we're getting into that summer trading of the market. Things are a little bit slower. Even coming in today, you could tell the traffic was so much lighter. Well, once the kids start getting out of school, things slow down even in traffic. So will be interesting. All right, guys. So let's look what we have here on our list. Let's start with CCL. CCL actually was active also last week. Yep, here it is. So it had a nice drop last week. This was Thursday, I believe. Friday pretty much flat, didn't do much, and now we're gapping down another 2.8 here this morning. So let's take a look at the pre-market action, see how that looks. So pre-market activity is looking actually pretty good. You have a nice little flow here for how early it is right now, 8:33 Eastern time. And we got a lot of long ways to go before 9:30. So we're getting a nice little type of flow here. Good volume so far, 178,000 shares traded, 171. So let's see how that continues to develop and how this trades today. We do have some levels here from, I guess we went back and found some levels from before, but I'm going to remove these. We'll do it again just to make sure we got the most fresh possible levels on CCL. So again, it traded very well on Thursday, actually doing a comeback after dropping quite a bit, came back a bit, and now is gapping down a little more here. So CELG, CELG, pre-market activity looks not great. Looks pretty bad right now. It's pretty flat. You do have some volume, 233,000 shares traded. It is down 3.7, but this pre-market activity right now is just pretty much flat around 25, 27. We are down quite a bit. The daily chart looks nice though. It had a nice little pop here, hitting up higher, almost hitting 99 or 100 here. I'm trying to get closer, couldn't quite make it. And today we're having a big drop. Norm, is this based on any news on Saudi? Anything going on? Seems like a big drop, trying to get to
Yeah,
99.
this was in play a while back with BMY, which is also on the list,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in talks with the FTC about how to try to make this merger go through. So I think it's delayed, and that's probably what most of this is.
So BMY, let's add this on here as well. Yep, some BMY also down about 4%, 258,000 shares traded. Um, so this explains why the pre-market action is not looking great on both of these, right? It's pretty much flat right now. So Again, they're both down. They both could possibly be in play today. They got some decent volume, but not a great pre-market activity. If you look at both of them on the 5 and the 1, just not a lot going on here. And no volume really. Most of this volume looks like it's sitting. It's not causing any type of pre-market activity here. So we'll take a look. Let's see how they get throughout the day. And last one on this gappers list. I thought we had another one here that must have escaped us. Probably went above or under 2%. We have ERI.
Yeah, that was CCL. I think it was CCL. No, it was BMY that dropped off.
Oh yeah, BMY just dropped off. Okay, and then here we have ERI. So ERI is 244,000 shares traded. We got a lot of the volume, half of the volume sitting on this one candle here. So this is why we're not seeing a nice, good pre-market activity at the moment. Just seems pretty choppy all over the place and pretty flat. And the daily on this one doesn't look great neither. So doesn't look like a stock. I don't think we ever traded this stock before, or had it on our watch list, but it does not look like it's a good daily chart at all here. You can tell here by these candles just not looking like they have a nice pattern to it, a nice flow to it. And look at this here, the last couple of days, just extreme chop, right guys? No direction at all. It's just chopping around here on this one. So not a good pre-market action. We'll keep it on here, see if it gets any better. Starting to get some activity now here, dropping, probably gonna hit the low of the day. We'll see the low of the pre-market. We'll see what it does. But again, right now, not looking great in the information we have at the moment. Let's take a quick look at our NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainer, see if we can get something out of here. CZR is up 14%. This one we looked at it in the past. We have some levels from previous watch list building. So they're up another 14.1 today. So that's quite a bit. Pre-market action is looking interesting. They do got some volume, 5.6 million shares. Is this a buyout or any type of
Yeah, so ERI that you just looked at a moment ago is they're purchasing CZR for stock and cash. So it's a buyout, but they might move because of the partial stock portion of the deal.
Gotcha. All right, so we'll throw this on here. Sometimes these buyouts, when they're stock and cash, they could have some activity when the market opens, so it could be tradable. Looks like right now CZR has the majority of the volume, has a better pre-market action, so we'll definitely take a look at how this trades. The FRG, now this also looks like a buyout. Doesn't have much volume right now. At least I'm not getting anything on my montage here. But so you can see is up 17.1, guys. But again, the pre-market action is really flat, sitting around 788. Here comes the volume now. Now it's populated 2.6. It looks like we have huge block trade. Look at the trading, the time in sales, guys. Just huge block trades, huge sales being done. Norm, is this a buyout today?
This one's going private.
Oh, okay. All right, so you can see there again, just pretty flat activity, not much going on. So let's move down to AMD. So AMD today's got some volume, 1.1 million shares traded, trying to get above 1%. Let's look at the daily, see how we have been trading lately. I'm going to get rid of some of these levels. We'll get some fresh ones. So it's kind of stuck within this range, right? The daily actually looks very nice. You had this pop here, comes down. You found support where it was previous resistance, right? See that line right there around the previous day close. Popped up to this level here, which was previous support as well. You can see it right on. If you draw that line straight on there, support here. Finally breaks down, finds support here. From here as well, the last day here also, and then you can see how this line is again pretty much holding. So today opening up pretty flat at the moment. Could go both ways here, guys. If it loses this, a lot of people are probably going to get stopped out if they're going long every time it hits this support, and then you have a nice moving average towards the bottom here. So the daily looks great on AMD. Like the way this looks, and the pre-market activity is also looking nice, looking like it wants to bounce here. So I like AMD today. It's got some great volume already, 1.2 million shares traded, and it's only 8:40 Eastern time. So we're gonna get some good volume out of AMD today. Looks like LGCY, we know, guys, already. It's been on here all the time. It's a penny stock. Let's move down to AMAG. MAG, 798,000 shares traded so far. It had gapped up at least probably 15. Now it's dropped $2, and we're now down at 7.9. Let's see what is the float on this one here. All right, it's not a low float, 33 million shares flow. It is a lower price stock, so you got to be a little more careful with it. It looks like it has a big range as well. ATR for the 14 days is 46 cents. But today you can tell clearly as it was 11, now down at 9. So you got to be careful with this one today. Any news on this one, Norm? On AMAG?
I have not seen it yet. It doesn't mean there isn't. I'm
Right.
still trying to get back in the swing of things. I'm a
No,
little
no worries.
rusty.
No worries.
Yeah, I think it's just FDA info.
Okay. All right. So they're again they're gapping up a bit. They
Yeah,
got a
they got an approved device for sexual desire disorder.
sexual
Yes,
desire disorders.
sexual desire. Yes, exactly.
Very
So,
interesting. All right. So again, they're gapping up 7.2 here with some good volume. 801,000 shares traded. Pre-market action looks a little funky though. It's not clean. Although you have all this volume here, doesn't look too clean, right? You got this pop, this drop, another pop here. Just very sporadic pops, not clean. You know how we look at those low flow sums that have a very clean pre-market activity. This one doesn't seem to have one, guys. So you got to be very careful. It is not a low float, but again, it's not pre-market action is not trading too clean as of right now. We do have shares for sure, so that's great. It is 33 million shares flow, so we could watch this. Hopefully, it can get a little tighter with the pre-market activity here. Get a nice pre-market action going. All right, let's look at NERV. NERV pre-market action is really nasty here. Just pretty flat between six and 550 looks like. Just kind of going across the board, pretty flat here. Let's look at the daily, see if there's anything going on there. Yeah, even the daily chart doesn't look great, guys. So I don't like the way this one's trading. Looks like it was halted already because I have a T here. The T usually, when you have a T here, means that trading resumed. So that usually happens after you have a halt. So I don't see it on the halt scanner today though. So I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, so 36 million shares flow on this one, but again, guys, this is not looking great. It's pre-market activity. I don't know what the deal is with this one, but the pre-market activity looks really flat. Again, just look at this 5-minute chart, right? If you look at this 5-minute chart, it's just nothing really going on here. Although they have 538,000 shares traded, you know, it's pretty crappy on the way they're trading right now. So if this gets better, guys, be on the lookout for it. Point it out to us, and we'll take a look at it. OBON is penny stock, so we'll skip this one. ERI we have already. Again, they're in a buyout with BMY, so we'll see how they're trading. BMY seems to be trading a little bit better.
no,
I'm
ERY
sorry,
is
ERI,
CZR.
sorry,
Yeah.
ERCCR, and CCR is the one that's trading a little bit better with some more volume, 6.4 now. There we go. So Nasdaq ETF, not much going on there. Selgi, we have Selgi again, not a good pre-market activity right now. It's pretty flat, not much going on there. Let's go over to Nasdaq gainers, PCMI. This is again clearly not anything going on here. Pretty flat pre-market action, nothing happening. Let's head down to NERV. We looked at earlier. Also, again, it's got some volume, 553,000 shares traded. But look at this pre-market action, guys. Just not clean, not clean at all. So we can look for this one to hit our scanners if it, if it starts doing something. Right now, not really looking clean at all. KRYS doesn't have the volumes, popping up 21%. But again, just the volume is extremely low for what we're looking for. Next, we have the FRG. Again, also looks like a buyout here, 2.9 million shares traded so far. Again, just pretty much flat. Was this a buyout as well? Norm, this DFRG.
That's the one that's going private.
Oh, this one is going private. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they have amazing food.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're food. What do they make?
It's a Del Frisco Steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Right.
my voice is killing me.
Yeah, no worries. Never heard of them, but yeah. So they're going private here. Usually, going private, they're really not tradable, right? It's just gonna stay flat most likely. What is your experience on these?
Yeah. No, that's precisely it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rare that one will do anything. Unless there's some other group of investors that wants to try to take it over or something, but that's kind of few and far between.
Gotcha. All right, so let's look at TCCO. Not doing much here, no activity. CNCE, also not much going on. TRVN as well, nasty. ARTL, not much going on either. And last one here, AMAG. We looked at earlier, so we have this one here. This one it is up 7%. 821,000 shares traded. Although it's got good volume. Again, for some reason this volume just looks funky, right? The way these candles are setting out, it just doesn't look clean for some reason. Again, you might say, well, Carl, this has a wave. You got this popping here, but it just doesn't look clean. Again, you got this wicks here, popping up to 11. 1060 and then right back down to 960. So we'll see in the at the open. This could get better. I mean, the spread is great. We've got a good spread so far in the pre-market action. We just need to see if it's going to give us a clean activity. And look at the daily chart also. It just seems like it doesn't trade as well. So we'll have to see. All right, so that is all we have. Let's check out what you guys have on your end.
Carlos, I'm really liking Facebook and Apple this morning.
All right, let's look at Norm's top 4. So we have FB. FB was great, I think, 2 days last week. They traded really nice. Yeah, Facebook, again, guys, we saw this exact same setup here, right here. You know, very similar where it kind of does this triangle and it looked like it wanted to break out and it broke out. And now it's doing the same thing. You know, setting up here to break this possible next level. It broke it here, right? We saw that here. It broke it, it popped, and now it's setting up again. And you got some clear levels at 195. So again, Facebook's looking very interesting. It's kind of the same thing that it did around this area here. And which is the other one you like, Norm? You said Apple? Apple today. Yeah, Apple's been consolidating. Go ahead.
The pre-market isn't great, but I really want to see what it does here at $200.
Yeah, so we got a very clear level of resistance that it tested several times, right? Tested it here in this area. You also have it tested in this area here as well. That was Friday. Almost tested it was this. This would have probably been Monday or Tuesday. Almost tested it. So again, it's just been kind of banging its head on that 201, right? So we'll see what it does around 200, but 201 seems to clearly be a very strong level of resistance. If we go back, you can see that 201 also played resistance around these days here. Once it broke out, though, that's what he's looking for. That's when you got this beautiful run up going here. So again, Facebook on the, Apple on the daily, very interesting daily chart. They like today there's not a lot of great stuff. This is a good one to watch, you know, and look out for possible setups after they settle in. You know, sometimes these moves don't happen right away at the open, but 30 minutes in, you know, an hour in, they start setting up nicely, and something could possibly happen. All right, what else? Roku. Let's take a look at Roku, see what that is doing today.
I'm not a real big fan of Roku right now. It doesn't look like it's doing much to me.
Yeah, actually.
The only thing that does look kind of interesting there is it is trying to break below its 9 moving average on the daily, and if it can break, it's probably got, you know, test the 20 down there around 98. Yeah. So, you know, I might keep an eye on it, but actively, I don't see myself looking at that too hard today. Yeah. And Nvidia's kind of in the same boat. And the only reason I'm saying that's because these 4 stocks I watch all the time. The daily or the pre-market action on Nvidia is terrible this morning.
Yeah, these are definitely Norm's top 4 here. Now your top 4, Facebook and Apple. Again, their daily chart looks good. Roku right now is, yeah, you're right. It's holding this 9. Very interesting to see what it does. Again, not much activity happening here, so hopefully later on today it's going to get the volume. Roku's going to get the volume. Is it going to be choppy? Is it going to sell off, or just, you know, or try to hit this 106, and then we have a 108 levels here as well. All right, what else do we have, guys? So that's that. KRIS just showed up on scanners, 29 to 35. Let's see, KRYS. Yeah, but no activity, guys. No volume really. So this is why I took it out the list. Only 9,000 shares traded. It's just not enough. Again, just think about it this way. With 8,000 shares traded, this thing is going from 35 to 36. Can you imagine you take a trade in here and you get dumped on? You know, you want to be very careful there. You want to have activity. You want to know that everybody else is looking at that. Now, does not mean that at the open this cannot give you an opportunity. It could happen, but we just can't watch everything. So we want to watch the ones that other people are watching.
I mean, that's a low float at 7.5 million shares. That's why it's popping up that much on such small volume. So, you know, keep in mind that if your strategy and your game is not low floats, then, you know, steer clear of it is what I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm saying that just from my personal experience because I don't trade low floats.
Yeah.
And so you know, I see something like that with a big gap. Now, even if it had the volume, I'd look at it and I would skip it myself just because it doesn't fit into my playbook.
Right. Yeah, it's very important. It's got to fit in your playbook, guys. Or else, again, we say it all the time, and Andrew says, if you trade inconsistently, you're gonna have inconsistent results. It's just the way it is. So you gotta trade consistent, right? Stick with the mid flow, stick with the same type of criteria you trade often, because what happens a lot, and it happens to me too, right? We trade these low flow to these mid flow stocks. We have some nice winners here and there. Then we see something that looks very interesting, sexy, and exciting. We jump on these low floats, right, where people can make some serious money, and then we lose a week or two of profits that we made on mid flow stocks. So that's just, again, I know I keep saying that, but very important to make sure you are aware of that. All right, so I'm looking at the YouTube chat room, see what else we have. For NERV, we looked at. So that one is, just look at it again. Yeah, it's just pre-market action, guys, doesn't look great on this one. It's got 567,000 shares traded. It is not a low flow, 36 million shares float, but I'm not seeing a good pre-market activity here, right? It seems pretty flat. If you look at the 5 minute, even if you zoom in, I'm not getting anything great there. CZR we have here, so we'll get some levels for this. This one looks interesting. Against looks like it found some kind of support here on these moving averages on the 5. So that looks great. What else we have? And I think that is all we have. So again, guys, I think work. Let's look at work. So work is the new recent IPO that opened up last week. Let's see what they're doing this morning. Yep. So again, not much activity now. I expect them to be active. Obviously, a new IPO, so people are looking at this. Had a nice big day the first day opened up. Then it sold off on Friday, and now it's kind of pretty much flat. So again, not much going on at the moment, but I do expect some activity out of that. Here, Facebook. Let me see. Somebody's pointing out Facebook. Yeah, you're getting some movement on Facebook here on the 5. So you can see it looks strong here. So again, Facebook is one to watch today. I think that again, the daily looks very, very nice, guys. So let's look out for that. All right, guys. So we got quite a bit from Monday. Not too bad. Some of the stuff here doesn't look great. We're gonna go into details in a second, but let's talk over some announcements. See what we got going on for this week. Also have Norm fill us in on how it went the last couple of days. I know he was meeting a lot of people and doing certain things out with the Bearwood Traders team. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, so had a great trip with the exception of some travel woes, flights canceled because of weather. Was at the Benzinga Traders Conference in New York on Thursday, representing DAS, helping DAS out, present their platform. We had several members come up, that were there at the conference. Saw Mir, saw Paras, saw a few others. So, it was good to see them. Didn't have any official meetup because we had a real quick turn into Montreal, or at least it should have been. Then to go to the Modern Traders Conference. And we had a meetup there. We had a nice, I don't know if the pictures are posted yet, but 20 or so people. Had a great time. It was awesome to meet everybody. Everybody was so nice. We had people that drove up there from, the States and such, and some people from Montreal and other parts around Canada. Peter was there. William was there. It was really, we saw David from Connecticut. He drove up with his wife. So it was overall just a really great time. Conference was good. Some insight from other traders and such. And I am very happy to be sleeping in my own bed, though, at the same time.
Yes.
As far as announcements, so anyway, thanks everybody for the hospitality coming out. It was great to meet everybody. As far as announcements go, we've got Class 1 tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, lifetime webinar June 27th, 8 p.m. Andrew, I have not seen this one yet. So July 6th, Vancouver meetup, BBT hometown. So that'll be awesome for you guys. And let's see here. What else? How can you, saving the best for last is Dr. Brett Steenberger, going to be live in the chat room for a presentation. I'm losing my voice. I apologize. Podcast presentation, July 26th So that's all I got for today.
All right, excellent, guys. All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's find some levels here on this stock, this watch list we have again now. A lot looks great, so let's go over them in a little more detail and see what we can keep in our watch list today. All right, so here let's start with CCL. So CCL, let's see what we have. So again, this was active 2 days ago. This was Thursday. Thursday was great. We had a beautiful gap down here. It was gapping down like I don't know, it was quite a bit, 20% or so. Then it popped up, actually recovered. Then the following day dropped down pretty much flat, and now we're dropping down again, down 3%. So we do have shares for short. Low of the pre-market sitting at let's get the 1 minute also in line. Here we go. So low of the pre-market sitting at 44.88, and then we have high of the pre-market sitting at 45.90. So we're gonna mark those down, 45.88 to be exact. So that is the range, high and low of the pre-market right now. Pre-market activity is looking all right. Again, it's got a nice little pop here. It's got some volume, 203. It's all about, is it going to break out of this range? It's going to do something again on Friday. It didn't really do much, right? Didn't really have a good breakout or breakout. It's kind of ended up pretty flat. Not sure how the intraday was on that day, but we do have some levels here towards the top. You got plenty, guys. Highs and lows from 2 days ago. You got the lows over here. You got the previous day close, and then you have the highs from Thursday and Friday as well here. So you got some levels. Let's go a little back. I want to see if we lose this 44.80, which is the low of the pre-market right now. What do we have towards the bottom? So we do have something right in here. So around 2016, June, July, August. Yep, right here. Here's a nice one here. So we can have this 43.007, and we also have this nice little drop over here at 44.17. So that's plenty towards the bottom. Two levels that we can look at in case we lose that 44.80 that we have right now, and then towards the top, obviously you have plenty. So here CCL again, had a good day Thursday, not such a great day Friday. Today's going to be all about, can it break out of this range that is in here, or give us a good opportunity one way or the other. Volume seems good, and the pre-market activity seems good. Celgi still not giving us any type of good pre-market activity, so I'm going to drop this one. Again, it's down quite a bit. It's down 3.3. I do like the daily the way it's down. We're gonna mark some levels in case it hits our scanners today, right? We'll be on the lookout for that. 95.72 high of the pre-market, low of the pre-market 95.15. So mark those down. You also have a moving average right above the pre-market low as well. Towards the bottom, guys, in case we lose this, I'm gonna mark this level because it's just so clear. Like, it's just screaming out at you 93.80. That's a very clean level. Look at the bounce from here. Look at the consolidation around this level, then the bounce. So definitely got to mark that down. And then here you have another level as well. You have several days around this level, 94.67. You obviously got this one here. You have resistance here, possible support as well here. And you also got some moving average there that supported that day. And then you can see all in this area here, support and resistance on these days, opening, closing, or even spiking up to these 95.15 and 95.67. So we'll mark that down. We'll leave that there. Towards the top, we do have a moving average here. So I'm going to mark this one down. This moving average around 96.30 or so also seems to play nicely with these 3 days here as resistance. You can see how it popped up to that 96.30 and then bounced back down. And then the next one we have is moving average of 97. So I'll mark that down in case we try to get a bounce back and start closing this gap here a bit. But at the moment, guys, this pre-market action doesn't look great at all. Again, yes, we do have 272,000 shares traded so far, but look at the last 5 minutes. It's pretty much flat at around 95.69 where the price action is now. So again, nothing exciting. Let's get rid of it. All right, so let's look at BMY. BMY here, don't know what to think about it. It's got 341,000 shares traded, but also not looking too great neither. We'll put some levels on here. Low of the pre-market 46.93. 46.93. Here we go. And then let's see towards the bottom. We have another level in here as well, 46.05. You clearly see how that level as support. And then another one here, 45.10. Above, you have plenty, guys. You have some moving averages. You have some stuff going on up here. So you got plenty towards the top. We need to add any more on here. So we'll see what happens, guys. Nothing much going on right now, but if anything, if it's our scanners, we have some levels ready to go just in case. ERI. So ERI is the one that's together with ZR. So if we look at ERI, now it's looking a lot better. We're starting to get some movement out of this. 537,000 shares traded. We are down 8.6. High of the pre-market sitting at around 49.04. So we'll mark that down. Low of the pre-market might crack it now. I'm just going to mark it down here at 46.73. Might break that. And then towards the bottom, we have very clean level down here on this level 45.58. Several days bouncing off of that. And then right below that, you have the moving average. To be on the lookout for this moving average coming in. I think that's the 200. Yes, that's the 200 moving average coming in as well. I'm just going to mark this one here because it's a very clean level. You can clearly see that 43.81 acting as support. So it looks like we're breaking down past the 46.73. Let's see what it does here. Again, it's looking very good now on the 5 minute. Getting a lot of activity here, so this looks good. See ZR doing the opposite, going north. So let's mark down some levels as well for here. So we have the high of the pre-market 1160, low of the pre-market 1123. This one is gapping up 15, almost 16 looks like. Looks like it might want to break out. Let's go back and see, are we at all-time highs? No, we're not. So let's zoom into this area, 2018, June, July, August time frame. We do see some levels in here. Trying to find a very clean. All right, we do have a pop up here on 1191. Then let's just get one more clean one towards the top. That's all we need. Yep, this one right in here, guys. So I want to get several days here. There it is, 1243. I'm taking this day here. Several days are consolidating around this area here as well. So that's playing towards the top for now. Towards the bottom, let's go back. Towards the bottom, we can go right in here around August, September, October time frame. You can clearly see this spike over here around 1078. We can mark that down. I think that's plenty for this one today. All right, so it's starting to look a little better, starting to get some activity, so we'll watch this one. We also have shares for short. Spread looks good, so that's nice. Got some serious volume, 11 million shares traded. So here we have AMD. AMD's got a good daily chart. I like the daily chart on AMD, sitting on some possible levels here of previous day close. We got the previous day low, previous trading day low. You also have some moving averages towards the top, plenty of levels, highs and lows. So you need to add any more towards the top. The only level I'm going to add on AMD is this one here. If we lose the previous day close and the low of Friday, 2851, which we have a moving average on here, could be a level of support. So I think that's plenty for AMD. It's got some good volume, 1.3 million shares traded. So we'll see how that reacts. AMAG is losing it here. This is dropping fast and fierce. Again, just don't like the pre-market activity, guys, on this one. It looks like it's starting to lose it here. We'll do some levels. I really don't like the pre-market activity, so I'm probably not going to watch this one. You have 1093 towards the top. Low of the pre-market 928. Don't think it's going to hold that for long. I'm just going to mark it down. And then here you got a very clean level across several days here at 980.81. Support in this area, then it becomes resistance, then it becomes support again, and then resistance again, right? So you got two flips. You got the support here, resistance, support, and then resistance again, right? All around this 980.81. So that's it, guys. That is all I have here at the moment for AMAG. Let's look at the top four from Norm's top four. So again, Facebook's got a nice little, it's got a great daily chart. Not nice, got a great daily chart. Next level is 194.58. Above that, we have a very clean level up here at a 197. Obviously 200 is going to be you're going to have some levels of resistance if it gets to 200. So mark down 200. Towards the bottom, you got plenty, guys. Highs and lows, previous day close. You got tons of levels towards the bottom. But again, this daily chart looks very interesting. If it can crack that 194, it can definitely get going here. Again, it's been doing a nice little comeback since beginning of June. So again, daily chart looks very nice. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple also, the daily looks great. I'm not going to watch Apple. Facebook for me looks very, very good. Roku not doing much right now. And Nvidia, as Norm said, also not doing much at the moment. So Facebook will definitely be the one to watch this morning. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one too many. Gonna have to get rid of one. So we'll see as the morning develops. I'll definitely get rid of one here. All right, guys. Anything else I missed? Anything else you guys have? Norm, anything, any ticker you want me to pull up that might look great?
No, that's it for right now.
All right. And also we have CCR, AMD, ERI, BMY. Yeah, guys. So those we all have those. INTC. Let's take a look at that. INTC. Not much activity right now. It's got 221,000 shares traded. INTC is difficult to trade. It's one of those stocks that's very choppy, unless it's really in play, guys. Again, I'd rather watch like an MU or something. Actually, let's look what MU is doing. They're reporting tomorrow, so will be nice to watch what that does today throughout the day. Why didn't that change? Here we go. So here's MU again. Daily's kind of all over the place, pretty flat right now, no volume as usual. But it looks like the volume is lower than usual, 52,000 shares traded. So I'll have it here just to look at it, just to see how it plays out later in the mid-morning, especially because they're reporting tomorrow. But right now, not doing anything exciting. All right, so I see you guys throwing out NERV. Let's look at it. Oh, look at this thing here, just taking off. And this is not a low flow, guys. It's 36 million shares flow. So something sparked it here around 855. So this is starting to look interesting. All right, so we have a high of the pre-market 768. See what we have here in regards to levels on this daily. We have obviously very clean level all the way up here at 866. We have another one in here at 816 towards the bottom. We got a level of support at $7, right at 705. And then all the way down here, obviously clean one at 622. So you got plenty of levels on here for this one. We'll see. Looks like it's going parabolic right now. 36 million shares flow at the moment, trading very well with some serious volume just starting to come in. 1.3 million shares traded. So we'll be on the lookout for this. Guys, it's not a low flow, but either way, don't be fooled by this 27 cents ATR. This thing is trading a lot higher today, obviously hitting, going through a couple of bucks here nicely. So just be careful, manage your risk. So if you get caught on the wrong side, because again, in trading, you can lose, right? There's no such thing as every trade is green. If you lose, you're not giving the house away, right? So manage your risk accordingly on this one. All right, what else we got? So spot got a downgrade, SPOT. All right, downgrade on spot. Not doing much right now, so we'll have to wait and see how it develops. At the moment, not really much pre-market action or volume, so we'll have to wait for this one to develop a bit more. FDX is gapping down, no volume yet. Yeah, FedEx. FedEx been taking a very nice hit over the last couple of month or two, right? Just kind of dropping here nicely. Interesting daily though. I see the daily looks interesting. It can possibly head back down. You got some serious support we can test here. We have this one down here. We have another one in here as well. And if we lose it, what level is this we're at right now? Right where the price is 167, 162.70. It can go for a run. But like you mentioned, right now, no volume. But this will be a good one to watch out for the scanners. If you get a turbo breakdown out of this, this will be a good one to keep an eye on, zoom into, and see what's going on there. One more here, JUNG. That's not a ticker. That's not coming up. James Brown, check that ticker. That one didn't come up.
JNUG, I think maybe. That's an ETF.
Oh, yeah.
Gold.
Yeah, that's the ETF, guys. So we're not looking at that one. Thanks, Norm. Someone said Tesla daily. What is Tesla up to? Let's see what's going on with this one. I was hoping Tesla would get down to the 150 range so I can start trading it. So heading back up over here. It's again, it's kind of stuck in a range right now, right? So it's kind of consolidating, not doing much right now activity wise. Only 45,000 shares traded. Might just consolidate here unless the markets move one way or the other, or unless somebody tweets something out to make this go left, up or down. But just not much action right now. All right. ERI has a lot of block trade activities. Let's look at it. Yeah, this one, something about it doesn't look too clean. You're absolutely right. Look at this volume too coming in now. We went from 90,000 to this candle trading 323,000 in just one 5-minute candle. So this is not good. Look at this huge block trade here, guys. Right, this is 250,000 shares traded, and you barely got any activity out of that. So it's got some really big block trades. Actually, this might be one that I might drop Let's go through these one more time. So CCL, again, not looking great the last couple of minutes. It's kind of flat here. Started off nice. Looks like it was going to put in some range, and they just kind of went flat. So hopefully at the open we can get something out of that. So I'll still keep an eye on this one. We do have shares for sure. It is down 3.1. We do have some good levels on the daily, right? Highs and lows, and some lower levels here in case we lose it. But based on Friday, it could just be flat, right? So let's not force anything out of this one. BMY, guys, again, this one is not trading well neither. Pre-market action is not looking great. So I'll keep it on here because I don't have plenty to watch today. Again, you can clearly tell it's summer Monday with not much news or activity or not much stock in play. So keep an eye on this one. ERI, same thing, guys. Be careful. What is a block trade? So a block trade is, let me see if I find one. Oh, we just have one here on ERI. So this block trade is not, there's been worse, right? But this is kind of like a block trade here. You have 250,000 shares traded, and it's all traded at one price. So I wish I had an example that was cleaner. Sometimes the candle will look just like this one here, and you will have literally 500,000 shares traded, and it'll all be at the same price. It'll all be black here. The volume candle will be black. So that's a block trade. This one is very close to it. It is the only reason it's not black here is because, again, it moved up a bit and then came back down, and it closed, the candle closed red. But this very much was almost a block trade. Not a big one. We've seen some real serious ones worth 500,000. Go ahead.
Carlos, pull up a DFRG. Got a good example there.
Oh yeah, it's a great example right here. So look at this candle here, guys. This one is a 436,000 shares traded, and look at the candle. Nothing happens, right? So that's a huge block trade. You got another one here in the 1 minute, 317.
If you scroll down time and sales, it should show it too.
Yeah, it should be here as well. So let's go. See, there it is. You got some serious. It's a lot of block trades here.
Right there.
Yeah, you got a lot of block trades on this one. But this is what we're talking about now. Again, it's just pretty much flat. But you got some. Again, this is not a good. This is why I like to watch the time and sales too, guys, in the trade, because if I see a lot of these just huge block trades, I want to see a nice. Let's look at AMD. See, this is a little better. I want to see this moving at the open. You're gonna see this trade a lot better than you will see in some of these other stocks. So that's what a block trade is, guys. What else do we have? Where was I? I was in CCR. This was moving nicely. See what we can get out of this one. AMD and AMAG is not a AMAG. Again, just not looking too clean. So again, a lot of stuff here that's not great, guys. I'm gonna finalize my list as we get closer to 9:30. Brian will come on in a few minutes, and Andrew will be on later on, and he will go over his watch list. And based on what they find, I might remove or add based on if there's anything else that looks better. Facebook looks good. Actually, I'm probably gonna get rid of one of these and just have Facebook in there. I think someone mentioned earlier BYND. Let's see what this bad boy is doing. BYND.
Beyond the meat.
Yeah, beyond the meat. Not doing much right now, guys. Pretty flat. So 143,000 shares, but not doing anything too crazy at the moment. Again, just seems to was pretty flat on Friday. We'll see what it does today. Again, not a lot of exciting stuff happening right now.
No shares for short.
Yeah, this is one that very difficult. You don't have one with IB neither?
No.
Yeah, because IB will usually have at least like 90,000 shares or something. They probably won't last long, but this is one that very difficult to find shares to short. It looks good for a short too, though. It looks like it might want to lose it here, but again, we'll see how it reacts. But this daily looks great, though. You have a nice, clean previous day close line here that's kind of losing, and then the next level possibly could be 135. You have a moving average right on there as well. So it just looks good for a short, guys. But again, play the price action, play a strategy. You always got to be able to answer two questions: what strategy am I trading? What's my risk to reward? If those things are favorable, then you can take the trade. All right, folks, so that is what we have so far. Again, not my final list yet. Some stuff here doesn't look great. I'm going to go through it one more time before 9:30 and finalize the list as much as possible. Take care, guys, on YouTube. We will see you tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time. Have a great trading day. Let's start the week off right with some good discipline and set the tone for the rest of the days that we have left for trading. Take care, guys.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Take care. Trade safe.